Do you need permission to be magnificent? Now, you can use your own word there, gorgeous, fabulous, wonderful. I'm okay with any of those words. But when you wake up in the morning, look in the mirror and choose magnificent. Don't choose ordinary by default, because when you choose magnificent, that's the same thing as the market doing, saying that we're world famous. And they became world famous. And just not world famous, success came with that world fame. Red is a set of behaviors. Fish is a philosophy, a set of beliefs. How to organize your workplace, how to allow it to be full of energy. Red, they're the behaviors and how we do that, how we treat each other. They go hand in hand. There are three principles to red. Winning people over. Geez, show them that you care. Get people excited about working with you, about going to the next level, about working hard. That's how you win people over. How do you do that? You be nice, you be real, you be interested, and be appreciative. Practice the 4 B's. Smile, they smile back. That's all it takes. And when you do this, don't do it with a hidden agenda. This fish market, about a dozen years ago, almost went out of business. They were striving to be no better than their competition. They got rewarded in kind. They almost went out of business. Then one of the younger, newer fishmongers said, hey, we got to do something differently here. We got to try something else. Like, okay, like what? Well, I don't know. Well, you brought it up. He says, well, hey, why don't we act like we're world famous? What's that? Don't know. Let's try it anyway. We're almost out of business. But that was the spark. They started to think and act differently. They started to do things differently. And that's when they created the energy, the excitement, the passion for what they did. And then the world fame followed. And so did success. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at what they did at the fish market and what you can do back in your own lives, at work and at home, because fish just doesn't work for your careers, it works for your personal life as well. And you know what fish is about? Fish is about waking up Monday morning and saying, thank God it's Monday, I get to go to work. Not have to, get to. Now think of the difference. That's all it takes. You did the whole fish philosophy in that little exercise. You chose an attitude. You chose that these were important people. You were having fun, playing. You were being present, looking into people's eyes, engaging, finding out a little bit about them, and you were making them feel good. That is the whole fish philosophy, by just changing your attitude, saying that these people are important versus unimportant. That's what happens when you walk into work. You can drive your car, park it in the lot, run in the front door, go into your office, your cubicle, wherever you work. That's an attitude. Or you could stop at the front door, take a cleansing breath, and decide, who am I today? What am I going to do? Do I like these people? And choose an attitude that what you do and the people you do it with is very important to you. And that energy and passion will come out. Story generation doesn't take much. I was checking into a DoubleTree Hotel in Houston, Texas. And we know what happens at a DoubleTree Hotel when we check in, right? What do we get? Cookies, warm chocolate chip cookies. Now you just flew, you're tired, it's nighttime, they give you those couple of warm chocolate chip cookies. I'm in heaven. But I need something to go with my cookies. Milk. And I said, isn't it great? I really appreciate the cookies, but what I like with my cookies is milk. This lady finishes checking me in. She goes, Mr. Paul, before you go to your room, I have something for you. She goes in back, she comes out with a glass of milk. Wow, did that make me feel good? Is that a story? I just created that. Now, take your work seriously. Just take yourselves a little less seriously. That's what fish is about. Taking yourselves a little less seriously. It's also about focusing on 2 things. Performance and values. Performance is what we have to do. Values is how we go about doing it. No, Rev works at home, works at work, anywhere. I was in New York with my daughter. Went to the Museum of Modern Art. Her favorite painting's there. Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh. She loves it. We go in there. I like it too. You know, we're just, great. Walking out, and you know when you walk out of a gallery in a museum, you know who's standing there? Museum guard. Did you ever see the body language on a museum guard? My daughter couldn't understand this. She walks up to this guy. She goes, this museum guard, she goes, sir, You are so lucky. You have the greatest job in the world. He just takes a step back. Probably a crazy California girl. She goes, you get to stand here all day, stare, surrounded by beautiful artwork, and stare at Starry Night. He goes, you know something? I feel better about myself. She won him over. She made his day better. We hope it gets to the next day. He spreads a little of that around. That's all it takes. Just that nice little comment makes a difference. You know, don't you want your people coming to work and say, thank God it's Monday? Not what everyone in America is going to wake up tomorrow and saying, what? Thank God it's Friday because they get to go home on the weekend, do whatever they want. Figuring out a way of having an environment that's fun, enjoyable, committed to each other, committed to the values, the vision, and the mission of the organization. That's what FISH does. It's that commitment so everyone works at the same pace towards the same goal. So this week, U.S. News & World Report. Do perks work at work? Guess what? No. What works? Caring. People need to know that we, managers, leaders, care about them. That's what drives people to work. That's what drives people to work, to be effective and to spend those 60, 80 hours a week. Imagine that. A workplace that's built on caring. A workplace that's built on trust, not fear.